Hey buddies, it's your girl AyChristene. Now it's time to get scared. This is Nightmare Tales. 8-foot tall lady. I'm gonna try. Bear with me. Hachishakusama. Did I get it right? Let me know down below. Japanese Urban Myths Series, Episode 10, Scary Horror Story, animated by Nightmare Tales. Link is in the description box below for you to check out. Now, all right, let's see if I'm gonna get scared. All right, bye. I mean, still stay. Don't leave. Don't leave me alone. Hello, governor. It's your girl. Hello, my lovely people. It is marketing scene here, and I'm here to tell you, lovely people, that Yee, dog, it's hot in here. You know what I like to do when I'm hot? Watch some unedited reaction videos to some anime. You can check out mine down below in the description box. Check out my Patreon. Okay, bye. That was pretty bad. Yes, I react to full episodes of anime. Check out the link down below.
Yeah, boy.
The 8-foot tall lady.
In the summer of 1970, Kana, an 8-year-old girl from Tokyo, and her parents traveled to the small town of Aya in Miyazaki Prefecture to visit her grandparents.
Great narration voice for these scary animations.
They had a small house and a large property which Kana reveled in running around and exploring the lush green and overgrown countryside.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Kana's parents had left her in the care of her grandparents as they tended to some commitments in the city of Miyazaki itself, which Kana did not mind at all.
Right?
She loved the freedom of being in the wide open spaces outdoors and would disappear for hours into the surrounding forest. It was on the second day her parents were gone that Kana had her first unfortunate encounter with Hachishakusama.
First?
The 8-foot tall lady.
That means there's other...
Kana was just inside the...
I need this guy. For all those other ones that we check out, I need this guy to voice them. He's a great narrator, great narration voice. But he said lady. Like, he's good. He's really good. I like this guy.
Of the forest, happily collecting rocks to take back as souvenirs, when she heard a disturbing sound. Po, 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 po. It whispered in a deep masculine voice. Kana looked up towards the source of the sound and froze in fear when she saw a huge woman dressed in all white, with hair as black as a raven, a cold grey face with an unsettling smile, and a huge hat
that
cast a shadow.
I'll tell you one
all
thing,
the way
she's
down
dressed very
her
well.
long, 8-foot tall frame.
Oh, is this lady?
Kana and the woman locked eyes briefly as Kana tried to find her voice to call out. But she could barely breathe, let alone make a sound. Then the woman backed away and disappeared into the dark shadows of the forest behind her. Kana, struggling to get her legs to work properly, ran back to the farmhouse immediately.
Yes.
And told her grandma what she had seen. Once Kana's story had been properly relayed and the gravity of the situation set in,
right?
Her grandma's demeanor quickly became deadly serious.
Really?
She grabbed Kana by the arms and demanded to know exactly what she had seen and heard.
Okay, so she takes it seriously.
As
That's
Kana
good.
explained, her grandma began to weep.
Why is she crying?
The grandmother quickly relayed what had happened to her husband, who, in shock, rushed to the phone to try and contact Kana's parents. They were not at their hotel, and so a message was left with the concierge.
Okay.
Kana, now scared and confused,
right.
asked what was going on,
right?
and why everyone seemed to be in such a panic.
Right.
Her grandfather sat her down and stared deep into her eyes.
Oh dear.
Listen closely, Kana, he started.
Okay.
It seems you've been chosen by Hachishakusama, and unless we can protect you, she will abduct you, like she did several other children in this area.
Oh dear.
Decades ago. Kana was now in tears.
Don't go outside.
What she had just been told terrified her.
Right.
Yet she couldn't help but want to know more. Who is Hachishakusama?
Do not go outside.
She then asked.
Again, please.
Her grandfather went on to explain. No one knows her origins, he said. Only that this 8-foot woman selects her victims by quietly approaching them, then chanting a po, 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 po sound before retreating.
Yikes.
Within a few days, that person will disappear.
Oh, gosh.
She was supposedly captured by some local monks who imprisoned her in an old shrine by placing a Jizo statue at north, south, east, and west points of the ruins.
Okay.
It appeared, however, that somehow Hachishakusama has escaped.
Oh, dear.
Kana was
dear.
then taken into the most secure room in the house.
They boarded the windows. Okay.
And small
They put a bowl
balls
of
of
rice?
pure salt were placed in each
salt.
corner of the
I
room.
thought that was rice for her.
You must not leave this room, not under any circumstances, her grandmother strictly instructed. Never? Kana's voice trembled. Not until your parents return to take you home, she replied.
Okay. Yeah, just for the
Then
next
I'll
couple
be
of days.
safe? Kana asked. Yes, her grandmother
why is she
sighed as her
crying?
gaze dropped to the floor.
Is
Then
she?
you'll be safe. However, you can never ever return to Miyazaki.
Oh, that's why she's
Kana
crying.
began to cry as her grandmother left the room. Don't
It seems
leave
pretty-
me, she wailed.
Oh, no.
Her grandma explained that she could not stay within the room.
Why?
And for Kana to be sure to lock the door once it was closed.
Why can't she stay with her?
Night fell over the countryside, and Kana, alone and cold in the dimly lit room, sobbed quietly,
They didn't
wondering
give her
when her
a
parents would
blanket?
return.
Yeah, where are her
Take her
parents?
home. Several hours into the cold night,
Mm-hmm.
she heard her grandfather call out to her, Kana, are you okay? If you're scared, I can come in to keep you company. You don't have to be all alone.
Oh, no, that's a lie.
Open the door, he
That's
said.
a lie.
Kana leapt up and moved over to the door to unlock it, but then was overcome with an icy chill as she approached and realized that something was wrong. Her grandfather's voice was somehow different. Open up, the grandfather asked again.
She's smart.
It's safe now. Kana looked to her side, and she could see the salt in the bowl slowly turning black
Oh, my
as
gosh.
she heard the sound. Pull,
Oh, no.
pull,
Back up.
pull,
Back up from the door.
pull, emanating from the other side of the door.
Don't open the door.
She backed away into the center of the room
Yeah, stay in
and
the center.
cried uncontrollably
Oh,
for the
dear.
rest of the night.
Oh, goodness.
Morning eventually arrived,
Okay.
and so did Kana's parents,
Oh, thank
who
goodness.
quickly took her into their arms and into
that's
their
good.
car. They exited Miyazaki immediately, sadly, never to return.
Oh, that's okay. The parents could
Once back in
visit them.
Tokyo, Kana kept in touch with
The
her
fact that it
grandparents,
keeps-
and she
it's
felt an
continuing.
eternal sorrow that she would never be able to visit them again,
Oh, no, but
and
they
that they
could
were
visit
too
her.
elderly to travel.
Oh,
This sorrow
okay.
was even further amplified when several years later, her grandfather passed away,
No.
and she was unable to attend his funeral.
No.
Then, just last week, Kana's grandmother called to give her some terrible news.
What?
She had been diagnosed with cancer.
No.
Her grandmother then asked Kana if she would come see her one last time before she died. Kana was confused. But,
Right.
Grandma, she started, it's not safe.
Oh, that's not her
It's
grandmother.
fine, her grandmother
That's
went
not her
on.
grandmother.
That all happened a long time ago.
That's not her
You're all
grandmother.
grown up now. I'm sure it will be fine.
That's
Are
not
you
her
sure?
grandmother.
Kana asked. I'm sure, came the reply, along with the bone-chilling pull, pull, pull,
Hang up the
which
phone.
made Kana drop the phone, retreat into the corner of the room, and relive the horrific feelings she had felt that night
That night.
when she was in her grandparents' home,
Goodness.
alone, in the dark.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Yo, that was like such a sad, like scary story to like be in this situation of seeing a ghost, interacting with a ghost, and then or a spirit or a demon or something. Because the reason I say because I know with salt, from my supernatural knowledge, the show Supernatural, not my knowledge of supernatural things, but the show Supernatural, you would have salt, because salt is like a purifying agent. And if there's a line of salt, then things are not able to cross that threshold. So I understand why they have the salt in the four corners of the room, because then that threshold is set. I don't know the validity of pouring it across the ground versus keeping it in bowls in the four corners of the room. I don't, my knowledge isn't that in depth. But so I'm guessing a demon, and like them taking her away, this demon obviously is limited or secured in this area. I do want to know, like, does anybody know urban myths? Is this an actual urban myth, this whole Hachishakusama? Like, tell me more about this story. I'm very interested in the story. I feel like this could be a horror movie if it's not already, you know. But I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking of Resident Evil, especially with the stealing a child thing, because I think, isn't that the, because listen, I haven't finished, I barely started the game, and I know a baby was taken, so I kind of just put them together like that. But yo, that's so sad. And then the PTSD of like getting the phone call later of like thinking your grandmother's dying from cancer, and then getting that her grandmother's gone. Her grandmother's gone, because with that situation of her, how's she calling her? You think the grandmother passed the phone over to Hachi, was like, Hachi, you got something to say? Before I hang up, you got something to say? I feel bad for her. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you like that video, check out the link in the description box below to support everyone involved in making this video. If you like this video, hug the life out of that like button. I love you guys as always. And until next time, buddies. Toodles.